welcome everyone to another episode of the Rise Podcast, featuring your host, me. Oh shit, I just spilled some water. Mike Avelli. We've got some very amazing guests, Alex Pettinaro and Brynn. What's your last name?
Gray.
Brynn Gray. Right, I knew
like
that.
The color.
I knew that. But anyway, so they opened up this amazing and beautiful salon/lounge called the Courcey Beauty. It's in Wilmington, Delaware, off of, what is this, Pennsylvania Ave?
Pennsylvania.
It's amazing.
1401 Pennsylvania.
1401 Pennsylvania Ave. If you didn't know. But they opened this when? In August?
Yeah, technically October 1st was our actual start date. But my settlement was in August and then renovated over the summer.
Okay. And what was the intentions, the idea behind it? Who came up with the brand name? Who, came to who? Like, how did the partnership start? Okay,
so I came up with the name. My middle name is Courcey, so that's where I got the name. It's just like a family name. I actually started with my brand, so I have a brand of lashes and cosmetics, and I was looking for a name for that, and I think my boyfriend was like, oh, you should use your middle name just so it's personal to you and it sounds like a good brand, like whatever. So I kind of went with that. Yeah, shout out because I got there next there. So I kind of went with that, and then I actually was under a different name for my services, for my lashes and stuff, and then as I was opening this place, I was like, let me just brand everything under the same thing so it's easy for me to kind of keep track of things and have the same logo and have all that so it can kind of be tied together. And then as far as what did you say? How did I
our
open?
Partnership?
Yeah, our partnership. So yeah. So
she just invited me out to coffee one day, and she was like, "I have this crazy idea, but go with me." And had her little binder and all these pictures and all of her notes, and it was just so cute. And
how all great partnerships.
Right. Yeah. So she actually we grew up together. Our parents actually introduced her parents introduced my parents. Yeah. So we have a loyalty to each other, which helps us. It benefits us in our working relationship.
So y'all grew up together?
Yeah, literally she's
her mom
this
is my godmom, and my mom is her brother's godmom.
Yeah,
we're like family.
Yeah,
exactly. Exactly. So so she's always been in the beauty industry. As far as she was always doing makeup artists, stuff like that. She's super creative.
About, 6-7 years ago?
Yeah, definitely started in high school. And just kind of
so I'm I am more business minded than I am service minded. So as I was doing services, I knew I don't want to do services forever. I want to be the owner of the people of the business that does services.
I'm not trying to be a bitch. I'm trying to be a boss.
Right. So I knew as soon as I had the opportunity to buy this place, I was I'm hitting her up. She's gonna be a part of this with me. We're both it just so happens that we're both into the same things. Mm-hmm. So it works perfectly. We already have that loyalty. We already have that trust. We already have all that stuff. So it really worked out so easily.
Just mesh.
Yeah. And we're both comfortable. And
it definitely hit at the right time. So I was just finishing cosmetology school in Philadelphia and moving back here and kind of figuring out my next steps. And she just kind of came out of the blue with it. And she had the idea.
Well, it came out of the blue for me too. It was just the kind of thing that just happened, and I was it would be really nice to have a just someone that would I could run my ideas by and just be hey what do you think about this? So I literally, as soon as I toured this place, I was okay, let me go about the correct steps of actually purchasing this, and then I was B, let me get my team behind me, because I literally can't do it without that. You have to have a team.
Damn right. And we'll talk about the purchasing in a second, too, because I know you told me a little story about that, which is pretty exciting.
Yeah.
But what do you guys specialize on? When clients come in and they want X, Y, and Z done, how do you guys delegate it and split it up? You're all right, Alex, you take this one up. What do you guys focus on?
So mostly we have we consider our 2 rooms as completely separate businesses. So people can book directly with Brynn, and people can book directly with me. Brynn definitely specializes more in eyelash extensions. She does great brow laminations and brow tinting, lash tinting, and lifting. And focuses mostly on those services, and spray tans great. My services are more like makeup oriented. We both dabble in
Yeah.
makeup, but definitely like more makeup and like more facials.
That's your expertise.
Yeah, my expertise is more like skincare. So it kind of just like depends as like a client, like what you're looking for. And obviously like we recommend like our clients to each other, and they're like, oh, like you should try like a facial next time, or like, oh, we do really great spray tans. I heard you're going away next week.
Yeah.
So it just kind of like whoever comes in like wants a service like that, and mostly we're by appointment, so we don't really have a lot of walk-ins, so they're just like, oh, I'm here for this, and we're like, do you want to take it or should I? Like,
only.
So it makes it way easier because people are pre-booking.
Technically, with that lady out there, you probably can't have any walk-ins.
Oh yeah, high security over here.
Yeah.
Got it on lockdown.
Let's keep it that way. Another thing is I just wanted to like reiterate the fact that we are separate businesses.
Yeah.
Like she doesn't fall under my business. She rents space for me, so she rents that room for me, but the way I wanted it to be was someone can come in here, and eventually I'll probably switch to having employees, but like I love the fact that she can come in here and rent that space and literally do whatever she wants with it. Like she has her own branding, has her own vibe, has her own everything. That's how I want it to be. I don't ever want someone to feel like because they work in my environment, they have to be like me. Like I want her to have freedom of expression, freedom of creativity, freedom to feel and decorate however she wants to do and however she wants to run her business. Because I just feel like having an employee and expecting them to be like a little mold of you is kind of...
It's like fake.
Fake,
sort of.
yeah. It's like, I want her to be her own person. I want her to do her own thing.
Yeah.
I just want to give her the space to do it.
Yeah.
So since it's quote unquote like technically two different businesses, is it literally like two different businesses? Like you have your own LLC with it as well too?
Yes.
Yeah.
What do you call your side of the business?
So my side of the business is we actually just kind of did a little rebranding.
Yes.
I am now the Glow Goddess to incorporate my like Glow Gods
Put her
glitter.
out there.
That's why I was kind of getting into to talk about it. So that's why it was the perfect lead intro.
Yes.
So go ahead, talk about your Glow
Yes.
Gods.
So my Glow Gods business basically is there's two different collections in the glitter line. The first one is the Spark collection, and that is 92% plastic free. And then the other collection is the Pure collection, which is 100% plastic free. Both lines
Why does it matter that it's plastic free?
Okay, so plastic free really matters because there's so much plastic pollution, and especially microplastics, which are those like really tiny little when Obama was still president, he finally got rid of those little tiny plastic beads that were in our toothpaste. So now that's like no longer. But it's such a big problem in our like world and in our earth right now because there's so much plastic. It's literally in the Mariana Trench, which is the deepest depths of our ocean. So we found plastic in there, and the problem is that their fish and all of the marine life are eating that plastic, or they're absorbing that plastic, and then we in turn are eating them, which is putting plastic into our bodies. And it's just there's even in our like dishwashers and in our clothing washers, like there's plastic like all in our clothing, like it's everywhere. It's getting into our water systems. So basically with Glow Gods, I really just wanted to make a completely plastic free and like waste not a guilt-free glitter, if you will.
I love how passionate you are about it.
Like I don't.
It's so
it makes me so mad when I see pollution like everywhere and like on the side of the road. I went for a walk in my like tiny little neighborhood the other day, and I was picking up trash.
Yeah.
Really?
And I like went to just go and clear my head, and I'm picking up. I'm like, what? Like, is it really that hard? Just
You
to
didn't
like.
even study environmental science.
Right? I know. Like not at all.
That was my degree, and I don't recycle.
Stop! You need to recycle! Oh my god. I'm gonna pretend I didn't hear that.
See, the thing about sustainability is that you're not supposed to have to be sustainable.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. But
anyways,
yeah.
So back to Glow Gods. That's how the idea birthed.
Yeah.
And then, like, why do you what's the purpose of the glitter and everything? Is it strictly for, like, the festival stuff, or, talk a little bit about that and the effect that, that type of stuff has on makeup and styling, etc.
Definitely.
I don't know.
Yeah, so I kind of had this, like, glitter glow up like moment a few years ago, and I found this like indie brand that I really loved. but when I put on, like, that glitter, I just kind of became known for it, and they were like, oh, Alex, like, she's always wearing, like, her glitter, and I would, like, do a little, like, slit on my brow, or just, like, do something fun, because I've always loved makeup, but either if it's, like, rocking a red lip, or, like, a colored lip, or throwing on, like, a pair of lashes, like, the glitter was just always the pop for me, and that gave me that extra, like, boost of confidence, and I'm like, yeah, like, I look good, like, I'm gonna go out, and, like, whatever I'm doing, even if it's, like, going to a fucking grocery store, like, it doesn't matter, like, it just made me feel good. Yeah, it's, like, that extra stuff, and, like, I always kept people, like, caught them just, like, looking, like, side-eye, and, like, even if it was a good or bad way, but it just, like, made me feel empowered, like, in who I was.
Yeah.
And so a big, like, goal for me for Glow Gods was I want to empower, like, other, like, younger women and men to, like, whoever you are, like, just to be more themselves and, like, have that self-expression. So it's, I mean, I wear glitter almost every day just because I love it and I think it's fun. But I know a lot of people aren't quite comfortable with that yet. So I think the festival track is, like, really big, and that's what I really want to, like, push for. Especially because, like, Firefly, like, in our backyard, I mean, people are still using plastic glitter.
Yeah.
And that's going directly on the ground and directly polluting our planet. So for something like my line where it's plastic-free or at 92% plastic-free, it's still going to biodegrade. When that rain comes, like, honey, it's gone. So, yeah, it was really just, I want to empower other people to, like, be the best selves and just feel awesome, like, wearing my glitter.
One thing I can definitely vouch for with Alex is she is the most, like, confident person as far as, I mean, in every way, but as far as, like, makeup and stuff, like, you will literally see her out wearing, like, she'll be wearing the craziest makeup. I mean, it looks amazing, but it's not a traditional sense of makeup. And she's been like that since we were little. Like, she's just always been different. And I think that at first glance, you're like, oh, like glitter. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you're like, when are you going to wear glitter? But for her, it's her everyday thing, and her motivation is to get other people to feel comfortable to wear a green glitter on their face and just go out of the house, go to the grocery store, like
go to work with it.
Yeah,
like,
she is so confident as far as, like,
it's almost
her
like your
beauty.
personal brand.
Yes, it reflects her so beautifully, and that's
like
why
Nicki
I love
Minaj
it.
wearing pink.
Yes,
it's
the
like
long
her
wigs,
thing.
Yeah,
it's literally perfect for her, and the fact that it has biodegradable qualities is also, like, it's just multi-beneficial. Exactly.
And a quick point, like, the glitter, like, company that I use, like, to get the actual loose glitter, so I mix them all and I figure out which, like, colors and sizes that I want for each pot, and then mix that. Yeah, so I hand make all of them.
What is that process like? How do you do that?
It's a lot and, like, really kind of confusing. There's a lot of, like, notes on everything and Google Docs. Like, you should, like, when I opened my laptop the other day, I have about 15 tabs open.
My God,
and
I was
Brynn's
like, you're giving me anxiety. Close your tabs. Organize your desktop.
It's just crazy, yeah. But I definitely research about the different gods and goddesses that I want to, like, base them off of, and what their, like, key colors that I at least, like, think that they were about, or so, like, Aphrodite, for example, the classic. She's the patron of, like, wine. She's not actually the goddess of, like, love per se. She's more about, like, self-love, which a lot of people get, like, mixed up about. But so, like, reds, obviously, a little bit of whites, some golds in there, and then chunky glitter is really in right now, so, like, bigger pieces. So it's just kind of figuring out, like,
and what's, like, the price point on making products?
Products
you don't
like
have
that.
To tell us exactly
No,
I was like, ooh, do you really want that?
It's tough. I'm like, oh my God, I need my sheets out.
Is it expensive, or
the pure line, the fully plastic-free, is definitely a little bit more expensive than the 92% plastic-free. I never even looked at getting plastic glitter, so I couldn't relate the prices to you, but with the Spark line, the 92%, it's, my price point, like, wholesale wise, is about, like, $10, and with the Pure collection, it's about, like, 12 to 13 depending, but it's expensive, like, when you think about it, but, like, it's quality, and
it depends what you care about more,
right. And, like, the aloe, like, the only thing I mix with is aloe vera gel. That's the only thing else that's like going into that pot.
No preservatives.
No preservatives. Like,
where do you buy these materials? You get them at like Michael's or something?
No, it's like all like wholesale, like online.
vendors.
Yeah,
Oh,
just
all
like vendor.
online.
Yep. I think my aloe vera came from California. So it's like spa, like wholesale, like mixing. There's like makingcosmetics.com has like a lot of stuff. But I really wanted it to be clean.
No
and,
free promo though.
Yeah. I actually didn't end up
Bleep
using
that
them,
out.
but
And is it the same thing with your products? Like, because you make your own products too, right?
Yeah. So I do private label as far as my cosmetics.
Okay, so
You explain what
you
that
buy
is, yeah.
bulk from a company, right?
Right, so I buy bulk from a company and then
slap
I
your
give
product on
them
your
my branding and my packaging and my design.
Mhm.
So you kind of do, like, a misconception with private label is you think that you're just buying, like, a box and you're, like, literally just slapping your name on it. But you can customize certain things depending on the private label company that you're working with. You can customize things. I'm super particular with what I tell them. Like, I give them written notes, typed notes, like, mock-ups. Like, I'm very particular. But I do wholesale as far as my lashes. I do wholesale. I just buy, actually, the same company that has the sample of the lashes also does the box. So it's kind of like a 2-in-1. And then for my other cosmetics, I also do private label. But yeah, like, once you get into the beauty industry, you come to realize that even your top successful brands are even doing private label. So, like, you might realize that
Like
I don't want to,
Kylie's.
like, I was going to say, I don't want to name drop,
Yeah,
but like
yeah.
like
Please
you
name
can
drop.
find,
Yeah.
so, like, for example, Kylie Cosmetics, my private label from a company, and, like, L'Oreal will also private label the exact same thing. So you're getting the exact same formula, but you're just seeing different names and different
Just a different
branding.
brand.
So that's why I am so, like, I put so much emphasis on packaging. That's, like, I always try to be different with my packaging and try to have that like, eye-catching thing, is because you're going to get the same, obviously there is difference in products and product quality, but, like, on a traditional range, you're going to get the same quality. You're just gravitating more towards the packaging. So, like, Kylie does, like, the drips with hers. That's, like, you see it and you know, like, that's Kylie Cosmetics. But then you go to, for example, like, a drugstore and you might get the same exact product. You're just going to see different packaging and a different price point. So
The beauty
industry is kind of a scam in a lot of ways.
It's crazy.
If you
It's
want
hard,
to learn more
yeah.
about that, actually, like, Jeffree Star does, like, a pretty good deep
Watch that
dive into
documentary.
his in his, like, YouTube channel. Like, he's got a few
Shane
videos.
Dawson.
Yeah, like, it was mind blowing to me too. And I've been in the industry for a while, maybe not making cosmetics per se, but as just a makeup artist and using these products, like, my mind was still blown. I was like,
Yeah.
So
holy
with Kylie
shit.
in mind, $1 billion from this stuff is not even out of the question.
Right,
No.
so you can't...
And her formulas are shit. Like, sorry they are. Like,
You can
It
get...
is what it is.
You can get the same products out of 2 different brands, but they just are basically branded different, and that's why, I don't know, that's just why we focus so much on, like, the visuals, and obviously we want good quality products. Like, I wouldn't ever offer someone something that had my name on it if it wasn't good. Like, I just wouldn't.
And she wouldn't, like, put it on her skin herself.
I wouldn't
like,
put it on my skin. I wouldn't, like, wear it every day. But it's just crazy. Like, there's so many negative things in the beauty industry, but it's also clearly $1 billion industry. Like, there's multi-billion, like...
And that's just on the wholesaling side for
Right.
someone that's using the private label.
Wholesaling, like, oh my god.
Yeah.
It's
a
blows
crazy
my mind.
process, yeah.
It really is, but I don't know.
So since you're private labeling, do you have a minimum SKU amount that you have to purchase for each product?
Yeah, so it depends on who your different like, wholesalers are. So I actually use different wholesalers for all of my products.
Okay.
I don't just go under one company. So for my lashes...
Have you real quick.
You go ahead.
Do you, have you noticed any problems doing that? Like, maybe the packaging is a little bit off compared to from one company to the next, or product time, shipping, etc.?
I got lucky as far as, like, okay, so, the reason I keep looking back there is because all my products are back there. So, like, the difference of the lashes is all one. So all of the different styles of lashes are all from one. Okay. So I didn't have any issues changing, like, having them all be kind of the same. And then I have brow line, which has 3 different, like, products in the brow line. So the brow line is all different wholesalers, but the packaging all ended up being exactly the same. Like, it all matches. So I did get lucky, but I don't know if I would call it getting lucky, because I'm very meticulous with, like, my directions towards them. Like, I'm like, especially,
you have to have a clear
you have to, like,
mind.
you can't just go to them and be like, I want this, I don't know if I want this color, I don't know this. You have to literally, like, give them a full mock-up, and then you kind of make it so that there's no way for them to mess up.
Be specific.
Yeah, you have to be so
Yeah,
specific,
yeah.
like, too
So
specific.
detailed, yeah.
And, yeah, I don't know. I think I've made it a point that, like, I need you to make sure that it's going to match and it's going to, like, be the same quality. And I do a lot of, like, I get samples before I buy. So, like, I'll get, when I wanted to do the lashes, I probably got, like, I got samples from, like, 10 different vendors. Okay. And I was like, okay, which ones feel the best? Which ones, like, look the best? Which ones last longest? Like, which ones whatever? And then I narrowed it down on that, and then once I found the one, I was like, okay, this is it.
And that's the fun part, because you get to
It's
experiment.
so fun. Oh my god, it's so
like,
fun.
How much time do you think you spent, like, sampling all these different products?
It's a lot.
But for us, it's fun.
Yeah.
So it's like, it doesn't seem
it's like a makeup party.
Because it's kind of every day, yeah.
Exactly. Like, if I wear lashes every time I do my makeup, so, like, I was, like, just popping them on, like, just seeing which ones I like best, which ones, like,
Doesn't
last
shit hurt
longest.
to take them off?
No. Oh my gosh, it should.
You're a boy, though. Like, you don't know the definition of hurt. Like, girls go through it. Like, you don't get it.
Yeah. Beauty is pain, right?
Beauty is pain. That's
You're
a
right.
fact. That is
I'm not a woman.
fact. Seriously. But, yeah, no, it doesn't hurt.
No.
That's a misconception.
So, Glow Gods and Courcey come together.
Yes.
Now
one
then,
roof.
under one roof.
That's a title.
And now you guys have this business running. It started in October. Like, how has it been going for you guys? You know, how has it been working as a partnership? Have there been, like, bumps in the roads, like, working together in the entrepreneurship realm?
We really don't fight. I don't think our whole life, I don't think we've ever fought.
Yeah.
Or like, we might disagree.
Yeah, we have difference of, like, creative styles and, like, aesthetic. Like, our aesthetics are very different.
Like, if Alex were to open this as her business, it would
no
look
pink.
100% different. There would be zero pink. There would be no, like, frilly, girly stuff.
Be all black.
It would
probably.
it would be black, and it would be beautiful.
Yeah.
But it would be her vibe.
Yeah.
So that's why, like, I think that we work we're like yin and yang. Like, we work so nicely together because, like, and I give her credit because she puts up with my pink. Like, I love girly stuff. I'm a girly girl. Like, I like that kind of stuff. She is, like, darker, sultry, like, like whatever. But I love that about
child.
like we work so well together. But I don't think we'll ever not work well together. Like, we have such a dynamic behind our business partnership. Like, we have a friendship, and we have, like, I think it all comes down to loyalty and trust.
Yeah, and trust, yeah.
Like, for example, like, when we're doing our wedding bridal packages, and we're getting into the bridal industry.
So, like, designing brochures.
So, we design all of our own, like, brochures, flyers. We do all of that just because that's kind of what we also like to do. So we'll go back and forth and edit, and, like, I'll create one, she'll create one, and then we'll kind of, like, mesh together. But for the bridal one, I created one. Well, she started it. I went in and edited it, and then she thought it was too, like, pink and girly and like playful.
It was too
I guess
playful,
she said it was too playful. Yeah. So, like, I went back, edited. Like, we just have a really good communication. Like, if she says she doesn't like something that I do, I'm like, okay, well, I don't want it to be black, but we can make it tan. I'm like, let's do tan, let's do gold. Like, we're good at, like, compromising with each other without getting offended, if that makes sense. Like, we're just, I don't know, we just work nicely.
Yeah.
That's good, though, especially that you have that history that you can, you know, build from that and, you know, move forward and not want to kill each other. Sometimes.
I'm like, we might want to kill each other.
I feel like all girls want to kill each other at some point.
Yeah, but I feel like we're not, like, I don't want to that sounds so stupid, like, we're not normal girls. But it's like, we're not, like, we also have really, like, tomboy tendencies. Yeah. So we're not, like,
we grew up with, like, so many boys.
Yeah, like, we're just,
so it's just, I don't know.
Yeah, we aren't, like, prissy. Yeah. Like, you might think that when you first meet us or first talk to us or first see us, but, like, we're really, like easy to please. Yeah. Like, we're low-key people.
I like it.
Yeah. In the inside.
So let's talk, since we want to talk about some stuff like that, let's talk about, like, mindset, mentality, and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Why makeup? You know, was there points in your guys' lives where you might have like not felt as pretty, or?
Oh, this is a good question.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I'm loving
We're getting
this.
really deep now.
We're getting
I like
really
it.
deep.
Yeah.
And this is like kind of our that
Yeah.
premise is kind of the foundation that we work off of.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just start it off by saying like, yeah, there's like even to this day, there's times where we don't feel beautiful. Like we don't. Every person goes through that, and that's like an important thing to recognize. Even Kylie Jenner, like she wakes up some days and doesn't feel beautiful. It's really important to remember that. Yeah, exactly. So I think it was easier to start a brand and go after the beauty industry because for us, that's where our confidence is. Like, we are confident and not that we're not confident when we don't have makeup on or don't have that, but it's like, it even goes down to skincare, like, just little things like that. That's how I really, like, survive, is, like, if I'm feeling down, I put a face mask on, I get my schedule going, and that really keeps me alive. So I feel like that's just like our passion.
It's our mask, really.
Right.
Like, whether it be like an actual face mask or wearing makeup or like none at all, like that. The beauty industry is our powerful mask that we put on, and we're like, okay, we're ready to face the world. Like, it's our game face.
Yeah.
Like, we just feel good when we're
and there's a misconception about like makeup and feeling like fake. Like, a lot of people like want to say like, oh, if you wear makeup you're fake.
It's like pretty vain.
Right. So like for us it's like, I don't care if you think I'm fake. Like, this is just me, and this is what I like, and this is my like art form, really. Like when I do my makeup, I feel like we're both also like we're artists. Like, we really love painting and drawing, and we've always been very like artistic. So for that, like when we do our makeup, it feels like we're painting, like it feels like we're Picasso. Yeah. Like we're like really creating a masterpiece, and it's just like a beautiful thing to.
And just like on that, like makeup doesn't make you fake. Like, for us, a big point of that is like accentuating like your features, like accentuating, like for my clients, I'm like, I want to make you feel beautiful for your skin, like for how you look, not what I think.
So you want them to feel awesome for you.
Yeah, like I want them to feel like really great in their skin, and I want to show them the mirror and have them be like, oh my god, like I look amazing, because you do. And like we really want to like promote like that like self-love and like that self-confidence, like that I think that we have and we've found like through this industry and like being artists and being like into makeup and like beauty products. And it's just, we want to like share that feeling. We want to empower like others.
That's definitely the best part of our job. Is like making people feel beautiful. Like when there's nothing better, and it's probably confusing to you because you're a guy, you don't wear makeup, you don't have that transformation feeling, but you probably get the same satisfaction when you get dressed up or get a haircut, or you get dressed up and you're going out and you have a nice fit on. You're like, okay, like that's like a beautiful feeling, especially when you when you have a client. So it's one thing to feel like that for us, to personally feel like that, but it's another thing to make other people feel beautiful. And even just little things like even getting your lashes done, it's like they'll lay down and get up and they're like, oh my god, like I feel so beautiful. I don't have to wear any other makeup anymore. I feel like I don't have to cover up more of my skin. Like, I just feel confident. Like, that is literally why we do it. Like, we just want to experience that, helping someone else feel pretty. It's there's no better feeling.
I believe it. Yeah. So you got, I mean, obviously you said you like the feeling of someone else telling you that they're beautiful. Do you feel the same when you guys do it to yourselves as you do it to other people?
Well, I think that's tricky. I think it all comes down to like just appreciation. Like, you have to, there's some people out here that do their makeup so that they can feel pretty.
That way,
but there's other people that do their makeup, they feel pretty before, but they do their makeup and they feel even prettier. And there's like a line between that where like you should never wear makeup. You should never feel the need to put makeup on to feel pretty. It should just help accentuate that feeling. It shouldn't ever
bring
be
it
like
over the top.
exactly.
Yeah.
And you have to really
not the whole cake.
and that's another thing with facials. Like, we're centralizing a lot about makeup right now, but
like skincare,
the big thing is like
it.
Skincare is like what you gotta really knock that down before the makeup, because that's what's really going to make you feel beautiful when you wake up in the morning and when you go to sleep at night.
And your skin's just like awesome.
Exactly.
Like, that's the goal.
That's the foundation.
And do you ladies have any tips for other ladies or other females that might not feel as pretty on a daily basis? Like, I know there's a whole mental realm with you know, that goes along with all this stuff. So like, can you guys give some tips to other females that are like,
I would say self-affirmation, but you can take that. I'll extend.
Like self-affirmation is huge, and I think like on the day-to-day that's really important. And like if you're waking up like not really feeling that great or something one day, like that self-affirmation or like that self-love, like whatever you have to do. Like for me, I'm a bit of a witch, so I like to do a little bit of like a ritual. Like I'm gonna tell Aphrodite that I like really need some help today, and I'm like, okay, like maybe I'll just like quick burn a little sage and like say a little like prayer, whatever I need to do, and then I'm like, okay, like I'm ready. But to me, that's still like a little bit of self-affirmation. But like also like getting a good like support system and like having friends, and like a lot of days we'll just be like, oh, like I'm feeling so shitty today, and like whatever, like even if that's like physically, like mentally, like we're always like here for each other just to like talk or be like, no, like you're being stupid, you look awesome, like. So it's definitely tough to like learn that self-love aspect, and it's definitely it's a journey for everybody, and it's been a journey for me personally, but you gotta, for me, reminding myself that everybody's human, everybody is going through this in some form or another. Some people have it worse, some people have it better. It doesn't matter because we're all the same, and at the end of the day, we all need to support each other, and we all need to give ourselves a little bit of slack. Like we're doing okay, and
nobody's perfect.
Right, exactly. That's the whole underlying thing. Yeah. I think it's personal. I think it's hard to say this is what you do when you don't feel pretty. Yeah. Like it's hard because it's so personal. There's a lot of girls that don't like makeup. They don't take care of their skin. They use Dove soap to wash their face. Like which is, I know that's, I was gonna say you probably do that. Like literally, guys do that. But no, it's like so personal to you, and I think like for me personally, it's all about self-affirmation. And I deal with this a lot. Like I deal with like a lot of anxiety and stuff like that, especially as I think being young in the business industry and being a woman is very hard because there's a lot of standards that people are holding you to, and they kind of look at you as like they expect you to not be as good as someone that is 40 and doing what we're doing. So like we really have to focus on our self-confidence and our self-appreciation.
And not show weakness.
Right. We can't show any weakness.
None at all.
So that's super important. That's what I would say to anyone like that wants to be in this industry is you have to be confident, because especially in the beauty industry, like people will tear you apart. Like people have so much. It is a vicious industry because it's all centralized. So they think around looks. So like we don't follow a traditional idea or ideology of the beauty industry. Like we are more centralized around like inner beauty as well, but it's super tricky. It's super tricky to have, like, you have to be confident.
I was gonna say, because like as a guy looking into this industry and everything, I feel like it's growing more and more like vain. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like you want to promote this inner beauty and have females like not be depressed about looks and not being perfect. Yeah. But the more that we use makeup and promote makeup, doesn't it make people feel like they need to be more perfect?
That's what I see both about the industry. Yeah, definitely. It's a struggle, and that really relates more into like social media and like that presence. And like cancel culture and like all of that. Like,
that's more social media. I would say. I think the makeup has been around since literally the beginning of time. Yeah. So I feel like to blame makeup for that is misleading, because I think it's social media that's really messing with society and social media over like the actual process of applying makeup. Yeah.
So how can we combat stuff like that?
Well, I think that's kind of what we're trying to do.
Yeah, that's what we kind of try, and just like promoting that inner.
Just the good vibes when you walk in here and make it feel homey.
Yeah, and like
I hug my clients.
Yeah,
I'm like, hi.
Yeah.
Like you have to make people feel comfortable and tell them they look pretty that day. Like I'm always telling people, you look so good today. Like you have to really have that mentality of being.
Does it feel like you're bullshitting sometimes?
No, because I really think they're beautiful. Like I really think they look beautiful. Like there's.
Well, then that's good.
No, I would never tell someone they looked pretty if they didn't.
I mean,
I would just keep my mouth shut.
I mean, you're a business owner.
No,
true, but
no,
we're not. That to me that's fake. Like we're just so not into that.
Yeah,
like
I'm
sure there's other beauty salon owners that will do that though.
Right.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah,
totally.
Especially somebody that's like pumping out like a ton of clients and like that's all they really care about.
You look
and, like
amazing.
Yeah, like
but you know what would look better.
Yeah.
No, I feel like
another $500 to get your hair
that's not our MO.
No.
But I feel like we focus really on just confidence, and for us it's not about the money. Like we don't care. Obviously we're business owners. Like we care about the money. We need the money to live and function, but like it's about the feeling that we get. Like if we wanted instant money, we would just be working under someone else. Like we would be getting hired places. I would have finished my degree. I would have kind of went that route. But for us it's like it's the feeling that you get every day. Like it truly has kept me alive at this point, just having clients that are relying on me and like really care about like what's going on and like care about my business and stuff. Like
we're building a culture is like how I kind of feel like our own little like culture and just I don't know. And
I've had clients come to me and be just like crying, like they'll walk in and just start crying and like just be like letting out like what's going on with them, and like to me that's so special because it's like they trust me and they're coming in for not only for a service, and these are people that I only met through this business. Like that's not someone I knew before, and that's like the real special part of all of it is like you get to really form connections. And currently I'm in esthetician school and they teach us to not be personal with your clients. They teach us to keep a line, don't talk about your personal life, don't vent to them, don't whatever. I think
like that's what you're supposed to do.
I'm all about venting to them and not like laying it on them and being like, oh my god, like I would never be like that.
Just sharing personal,
but just exchanging connections is so important, and I think that's kind of also what makes us different. Like I think when
they're like training you to work under somebody else, pretty
right.
much. They're not
training you to be almost like a robot.
Right. Exactly. They're training you to like
person.
work in the industry and go to a spa or salon and just like do as you're told, wear what you're supposed to wear. Don't wear too much makeup, but you have to wear makeup. Like
they're not. Have to wear makeup?
Yes.
Really?
Which I think is
I can't even get into it.
Yeah.
I literally
it's kind of crazy.
That sounds like there's some crazy rules.
It's
and, like,
really it's nuts. Yeah. I never really understood that rule. I didn't like it. I'm like, well, what are you saying? I'm not beautiful without makeup on? Like that to me, like what?
I'd be like,
I think that's an old timey.
It is
viewpoint. It's still a thing. Like I just know like. My like grandmother like used to always say that to me, like you need to wear makeup, like you need to like, but that's just how she, and it wasn't out of being rude, that was just how she believed.
And my grandmother was like, stop wearing makeup.
Yeah, so it's all depending on, you know, I guess how you were raised, the culture you were raised in, and the society that you were raised in. But
like my like cosmetology school, like they required us to wear makeup, like that was in our like manual, and like when I worked at Macy's, like it was the same thing. Like, they required you to like have some form of makeup on. Like granted it might not be like our full faces that we have going on, but still they like required you to have some sort of face on, which is
I think that's what makes us what makes it important is we love natural beauty. Like I love natural beauty girls. Like I love girls.
Yeah.
Okay. I would love to see what girls you think are natural, because I bet you I could tell you 10 things about them that isn't. But on another note,
we can compare.
On another note, so we love like the natural beauty of people, and that's where like facials and lashes, even I know that that's not very natural, but like facials and all that stuff.
But it can be.
Like, and we are also giving not only are we giving them like skincare tips and stuff like that, we're also giving them tips like, as far as being beautiful, you have to be beautiful on the inside, and you have to really care about yourself and be, whether it's you're religious or you're spiritual, like whatever, you have to really like kind of find your purpose and find like why you want to feel beautiful, what, you know what I mean? Right. There's layers to it.
Right.
So that's what we try and help with.
Yeah.
I like it. I like it. You guys should get a mission statement. Like, that's something like that.
Oh my god, I still need a mission statement.
Yeah, we're working on it. We're still working out all the
Getting
things.
there.
Yeah.
But so we talked about, what you guys are about, the mentality stuff and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about some of the financials.
Okay.
Viewers that might want to be in your position, or
Mm-hmm.
might want to open up, a salon. How would you go about funding things like that? Would you do it through a credit card? Would you take out a loan?
Well, luckily, I was able to pay cash for this property.
Because she worked very hard.
Because I'm a good saver and I'm good with money. And I also I don't have rent right now. Like, I don't have to pay certain things. My car's paid off. Like, certain things where I don't have those extra things right now. But so I was able to save. I know for a lot of people it's really hard to save. So for someone that isn't able to save and have that kind of leverage, I would say save to your best ability. But if you have to take a loan out or you have to do any of that stuff, I would say find someone that you trust in order to be your mentor.
Or your
and
co-signer.
you're
you need to do it.
Don't ever just go do it without having opinions, and sometimes you don't have to listen to the opinions,
but at least
it's nice to get that background.
And
luckily we have good opinions on things. But
and if you're gonna take out a loan, you just have to make sure that you have other sources of income, so you're able to be on top of those, and you're not just gonna I know a lot of people when I worked at Macy's, they would just take out loans, but they would never pay them back. And it's how are you still here? Are the cops gonna come in?
I don't know. There's literally two. I feel there's two different types of people. You're either good with money or you're bad with money.
Yeah.
There's just it's you either want to be successful and have long-term wealth, or you want to blow it all on a pair of shoes. I just have never been that person. I'm not gonna buy something unless I have 4 times that on my account. I just don't feel comfortable doing that. But that's also just that's just, it's personal. You know what I mean? So it's some people might have. I know another business owner who opened a salon when she was young, a hair salon, and she said she actually was babysitting for someone who had a lot of money and loaned her the money. So a personal loan is a really good option.
Yeah.
So an angel investor, someone that believes in you and trusts you, but it still has to be on paper.
Yeah, definitely make sure everything's legitimate. It's not, paperwork.
I did borrow.
Signatures.
I did borrow a small bit of money from my parents for. It was one of the renovation thing. I was I just need to borrow. I think it was only $1,000, something around there. I did borrow from them, but they literally made me sign my life away. They were they were you need to sign this paper, you need to and my dad was trying to make me do all this formal stuff, and I was like, Dad, you don't trust me? I'm not gonna just take your money. I promise I'm good for it. And it was just funny. It's just the difference of
lessons that you learn.
They just, oh my god, that's another thing. Our family just is all about teaching us lessons. They never really made us. That's why we have this work ethic. Is because they instilled that in us, that you don't just get handed things. We might have the opportunities to hand you these things, but you're still gonna work for it, and you're still gonna know how to.
That's important.
Yeah, super important.
Definitely.
That's what life's about.
Yeah.
So where do you guys want to take it in the future? I know we talked a little bit before we started shooting about possibly franchising, etc. And I know you guys want to instill the mindset and the loving, into all, women around the world. So what would be the next steps?
Well, I think this is a separate.
Yeah.
So I think you should answer, then I'll answer.
Yeah.
We have separate goals and we have joint goals.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you can go first.
I still see myself working with Brynn for a really long time. Maybe not consistently, but hopping in and out wherever our paths end up going. I think that relationship and that business driven together. At least when we open this, it proved to me that we really do work together in different aspects, and we're not just friends. We're not just sisters. We can actually put our heads together and fucking do this.
And that's rare.
And it is really rare. At least
bosses.
it's just two boss mindsets. So I really do see us working together for a long time. My business personally, I see myself kind of traveling around, like maybe like a mobile thing. When I was in cosmetology school, we had to do this like stupid project, but they made us like, if you were gonna have a salon, like what would it look like what would it do? And I chose like a mobile salon, so I could go really mobile spa, so I could go around and I could drive and I could have this like big like renovated like double-decker bus and have like smaller rooms, but just be able to travel and promote that like word of self-expression and like self-love and like that sort of a thing, and on my Glow Gods business, and finding like festivals to camp out at, like sort of like a food truck but for spa services and like makeup and facials and glitter.
Yeah,
that'd be
cool. Yeah.
Would you get a truck?
It's not a no. I would definitely be open to it.
You can't ever say no to anything.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I'm very open to it, but yeah.
I don't think I'll be 75 years old and still being like, this is my goal. Like, I think I'll always have goals. Like, I'll never have a time where I'm like, okay, I've done enough. Like, I think even if I was a billionaire, I would still be like, all right, let me get up and work tomorrow.
Like, what's next?
Like, I love, it sounds so cliche, but like, I love the work. Like, I love that satisfaction of knowing like you put in that work and like it's succeeding. Like, the journey, it's so beautiful. Like, I love this journey. I love the spot, like the spot that we're at. Really, like, it's fun, it's exciting, it's really, really stressful, but if you have goals, it makes it worth it, and it makes it easier to keep going, really. Like, you have to have goals, you have to have that end result in order to stay motivated and to keep that like hustle. So
Oh, preach that shit. Well, thank you, ladies, for being a part of this.
You're so welcome.
Your journey's extremely inspirational, you know, and
Are you gonna get into the beauty biz?
No.
Not I have an extra room if you want to rent it.
Not for me, but hey, that free room for rent. Anybody out there? Any females that are looking to do hair, makeup, whatever the case may be.
If you want to join our team,
join
BG at Courcey Beauty or BG at CourceyBeauty.com. Email. Send us your resume.
There you go. What's Instagrams?
I am at the Glow Goddess, and it's like periods, like after glow and after
the period glow
there we go.
Period goddess.
Yeah.
There we go.
There we go.
Yeah. The Glow Goddess.
Yes.
Period.
And
my Instagram is at Courcey Beauty Lounge, and then my personal Instagram is at Brynn_Gray. And then I also have at Courcey Beauty, so you can also find all of those linked in each of my bios. So if you find one of those, you'll find the rest of them. What else can I plug?
I don't know. Glow Gods at
glowgods.com.
Yep.
TheCourceyBeauty.com.
There you go. Follow them. Go and check out their websites.
Yeah.
I might have you put a little like excerpts of all of our products, like turn the camera around, see all that stuff, just so they can get a little.
Yeah.
We could do that.
Cute.
Okay. Cute.
Thanks for doing this, guys.
Yeah.
Smile, Brynn.
Where do you want me to put this?
Just on the floor. Oh, shit.